Okay, TJF today. So there's the 97 TJ up on the lift. Remember, she's gonna be for sale once I get done. So I pulled off the quick disconnect plow. Little not so quick, but when I'm done, it will be a quick disconnect plow. Things were a little rusty and frozen on there, but well, not bad. Very really nice plow setup. I'll be selling that for about 700, and I just got to get the frame off of this thing and then repair the frame on this thing and put it all together with all the accessories. So you saw it did work in the beginning. Yeah. Okay, it works really good, but the Jeep can't take it no more. So this is why I'm here. And I got my trusty welder and torch and fire extinguisher. Very important. Now I use a water-based fire extinguisher, water with a little bit of compressed air, and then you can put out the fires. You are going to catch something on fire. I don't care how good you are. I mean, I caught many things on fire. It's the way it is. So instead of removing the bolts, you're just gonna cut them off. Probably. I'm probably gonna cut them off. So I drove this thing. All I did was slap plates on it and drove it around. Test drove it. Now I got it on the lift, and we pressure washed it yesterday, cleaned it up nice, and there she is in the back there. We can not turn Robert on because he can't keep up. So she cleans up really nice. All the parts are there. Like I said, 6-cylinder 5-speed, and when I'm done, it will be going for about $5,500. It comes with the hard top and doors. It's got a hitch in the back too, and the plow setup is going to be off. I will have it where you can put it back on, but you can have. I'd rather not use this Jeep anymore for plowing. That's my own opinion. You take it, you leave it or take it. And now this plow setup I was going to use for Up, but it's not the same exact setup, so Up's got to deal with what she's got. So we're going to sell the plow separate. We're going to take all the framework off, and we might have to take the front bumper off. I'm not too sure yet. We're going to work on that. So I'm going to show you what we got, and this is where my life sucks. But this is what I dealt with, and this is the bargain I got. But a little bit of metal, a little bit of time, a little bit of welding, and she'll be solid as can be. You'll see. I'll show you good, and I'll show you bad, and then I'll show you the process of the whole deal. I don't know why I do this. You know why? Because everybody's like, all right, a straight 6. You have a perfectly good 4-cylinder right in front on Demont Lane, 346 Demont Lane. Just telling people out there, start listening to eaters. I have hearing aids, and I can listen. I can hear better without them, without you in. I don't want to mess my public up there or whoever's watching. But there's a beautiful 91 up there, 4-cylinder 5-speed. Do the math here. Barely any frame. There's like 2 spots that are going because I'm driving it all the time. Well, I told you, I drive them. I drove this thing. I didn't care. I drive Up all the time. Snap frame in half. I don't care. Repair it. And then it's good. And everybody after you repair it, they're like, oh, that's a great truck. Yeah, it was a great truck before. It needs some maintenance. So not a lot of people know how to weld. I do. I can arc weld and MIG weld. This is going to be a MIG welder job again because there's a little more detail. Detail, you got to be more MIG. Arc weld is just solid pieces of steel together, just arc, just done. 220, like popcorn, baby, like eggs, like burning, like. That's the way to do it. Like if you got a good weld, you're snap, crackling, and popping, just like. That's it. Now you don't want to hear pop, 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 pop. Then it's like barely penetrating the fluid, both metals back together again. So that's the deal with welding. Now MIG welding is very simple. You turn it on, you do the same thing, but you just go back and forth. The other way I kind of do different ways. It doesn't matter as long as you get both metals basically to melt all together with the bead connected. That's it. That's welding. Now, I didn't go to welding school, but I've been welding for 40-something years. The one class I didn't take at the very end of Nashville Auto Diesel College. Yes, I went to college, not a Votech. I wish I went to a Votech because it wouldn't have been so expensive, but you learn a lot from Nashville to Deuce College, which did get bought out by Lincoln Tech. There's no longer a college there. When I went in 1987, was a college. The last class was welding. I was like, I want to be. I was so tired. I don't want more school. I don't want. I'm done. They also had a body shop. It was a whole different phase. We called them. A whole different thing. You could do auto, which was 1 year, jammed in for 2 years. When you left that one school, you can just go out and field and start. You're done. Same thing with auto. 2 years experience with 1 year. You work your ass off though. I mean, I'm sorry to complain, but you work your ass off. You got your money's worth, but you fail, you're done. They will not give you a certification. You're done. You got to repeat the class. $100 for a book. Men on books back then, and I still have one. Well, I got rid of most of mine because they're pretty obsolete, sort of. But when I use these things, I can still remember. But you can find everything on Google and YouTube it, so just do that. So let me shut up with that, and I'll show you what I got here. So let me go get a flashlight, and then I'll show you what we got going on. Okay. Welding I will go. So I'm going to point everything out a little bit before and after, and then I'm going to show you the side that's not so bad. So this side right here, this is the frame for the plow. Up here it's connected to the top of the frame, and it goes this way. And it's also connected up here. So you're going to burn this bolt off, burn that bolt off, burn this bolt off, it'll drop down. That should be it. You should have to burn 3 bolts out, but you got to be careful. I'm going to take the bumper off because I think I should. I think there's 2 bolts on the top. That's it? 4 bolts? Oh. Yeah. Okay, there's like, sorry. There's on the bumpers on the front, on the TJs. There's the bolts up top here. Let me bring her up a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't get my foot in there right. So on the TJs, you gotta watch my wire here. Drive you nuts, hanging like a monkey. So here's the wire, the nuts here. You got 1, you got 2. You got 2 on each side. That should take out the bumper. I've never removed the TJ bumper, but we're gonna pop this bumper off. I think it's gonna be easier to work on the framing, and we'll put it all back together. And when you're cutting this out with a torch, you're gonna get a lot of heat going on. This is plastic, and and this is gonna be plastic. That's gotta come off. So I'm not gonna be putting this on the hill today. I thought I would, but it ain't gonna happen. So that's what you're gonna have to remove the bumper at least to start with. Now here is where it's rotted away. There's your framing in there, your rust. So you make a plate like from here to here, and that's it. So you got 1 plate, you got grinding here to work. You can do it, but I'm gonna take out the original framing because it's better to get the whole thing than you just sand it down and paint it the way it is. Now it's seen better days. It's probably taken one heck of an abuse, but you know what? It's still good solid metal. And whatever you don't see, you just stitch it back up. That's all. It's just solid metal. You just make more metal. The problem with this one is the spring tower up here. The spring tower is shot. So when it was on the ground, I didn't notice this, but when I lifted it up, it separated right here. So we're gonna have to make some kind of plate here and a plate over here. And we're gonna stitch it in, paint it all up, and be done. So it's gonna need 1 shock tower repaired. Pretty bad. Even this side. I'd say it's got a little hole in it, right? Wait, let me show you. Yeah, you can see the screwdriver, see? It's got a little hole right through the spring shackle on the roof. So it needs some work there. We can do it though. Pretty confident. My welds are pretty good. The shock is barely holding on too. Okay, so we need some metal. So let me show you the good side, and then I gotta get to work here and get her in. So here's the good side. Try to go up a little higher. And let me go in the front here. Not showing you the good side. This is the good side. Okay. I don't know if you can see that. Put a little light on the subject. So here's the rot too. You can poke. Damn it! I dropped my pointer. Oh. Nothing is easy. You want money? You got to work for it. So that's the rod right in there. The frame is gone. You got a hole in the frame. It's not gone. It just needs to be repaired. So there's your hole there. But this isn't bad, and the shock tower is still holding on. Now, I'm not repairing this one. I'll clean it up. We'll pressure wash it all off. We'll paint the frame up, and it'll be nice. The rest of the frame, I looked through the whole truck. It's good. So this side, we're going to do the same thing. You're going to burn this bolt off. And there's a bolt here and a bolt there. So in the front, you got some more bolts there. You got to burn those bolts off where I'm pointing at. Let me show you right here. I don't know if you can see. Hopefully you can. I can't see behind you. Burn this bolt off, and then put whatever you need. You can see it's cracked off the frame right here. Right here. This should be connected here. So this plow is coming off anyway on its own, whatever way you want to say it. So after you doctor up the frame, then you bolt on the bumper. Clean it all up, and it should be fine. I've seen a lot worse, and that's the deal I got. So the rest of the frame and the rest of the truck was in actually very good shape, which is good. But like I said, you want to buy a good truck, go in the front. Nice yellow one. Floorboards are done. The frame's good. Brakes. I'm not going to exaggerate anymore, but go on Marketplace, take a look. I drop the price down again. I go back and forth. Depends how much parts I put into it, how much I take out. Yeah, I take out parts because sometimes I sell them. I'm like, oh, well, there goes the seats. Whoop, yep, they're $1,000. Whoop, lower the price down. Oh, put a different set of seats in. Price goes up. So up and down, up and down. It's a restoration vehicle. That's just the way it is. It's trying to get it back to originality. That's the hard part. So this is going to get back to originality. This one didn't have a plow on it stock. I doubt it. But it has all the controls in it, and it works really good. I showed the video, and it's out there. So that'll be up for sale once I get all of it doctored up and put back together, and we're going to make that happen. So let me get back to work. I will see you pretty soon.